everybody. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going over all the Asian dramas I've watched in September of 2025. If you like to see the full details of the drama, like its airing date, how many episode it is, and the synopsis, you can click down on my drama list link down below and go to the previous month's list and you can get all the full details there. First, let's start with the dramas that I dropped. Moonlit Reunion, I watched till episode 28. I was not that interested in the story anymore as much as I loved the leads, especially the female lead. The writing, directing, and acting were flat. And except for a few side characters and new faces that I was interested in, but they weren't allotted too much screen time for me to stick with the drama. Footprints of Change, I dropped out of episode 22 or 24 when the last couple or last generation story started. Just wasn't as interesting as the last two. The second story made me kind of uncomfortable because it was very propaganda heavy. I just felt uncomfortable how they ostracized the female lead in the second story, and then they found out that her dead husband was actually a martyr, a communist. They're trying to get the female lead to be involved in the propaganda, and she was very resistant at first, and I felt really uncomfortable. Just trying to force somebody to do things that they don't want, or else you'll be not part of the bigger group, right? You're the bad one. I liked the first story the most because it involved two young actors that I had really good impressions on initially, but then their later project kind of disappointed me. And when this project came, it sparked that interest because they were actually pretty decent in it. Seducing Drake Palma. I dropped out of episode 13 ish. I don't know about the story anymore, honestly. Their character and personalities are so inconsistent. And for the male lead, who is the titular character of the series, his personality is non existent because it's told from the perspective of the female lead, and we really don't get to see much of the male lead in the series. I tried to stick it out for the female lead. She was adorable, but at some point later in the drama, she is not making sense anymore. And what are these two leads fighting for anyway? I don't think they had a relationship to fight for, let alone a deep connection or even a moment that they think that they're the one for each other existed. So what the hell? And I feel like the writing and the directing, how the story was told, was way too dramatic for the genre, or the story did not have any weight for it to be this dramatic or have them cry their hearts out because they broke up with a boyfriend or girlfriend that they met in high school or college. Moving on to the dramas that I completed. Laong Dao. I rated 3 out of 10. I never gave a drama this low of a rating before. The drama looked really gloomy, like there was a dark cloud over the sky when this drama was shot. Or maybe it's the platform that I watched the drama on. I think it was on Bilibili. But yeah, it looked really gloomy. And all I have to say for the male lead is to get a freaking job. Honestly, I don't know why the writer thinks he's a suitable romantic lead. Every time he asks for money from the female lead or the lawyer, uncle slash guardian, he feels so pathetic. And because he doesn't have a job, he has too much time on his hands, which is why he keeps stalking and waiting around for the female lead. Like, get a freaking job, please. And the romance, because of the unemployed male lead, did not work for me. Tarm Rukun Jai. I rate this 6 out of 10. It is a cute story. I think the male lead carried the drama. He portrayed the countryside farm boss really well. I really liked his mannerisms and how he balanced the manly side of the character and the sweet, charming, caring side. The female lead was okay. Her performance in the romantic scenes could have been better, but she wasn't as charming as she was in the Kunchai series that she led with Pope. And I wish that the father knew that the female lead was his daughter and pretended not to know, because it would have added another layer to the story. But instead, that part was only revealed to him by like the last 2 or 3 episodes, and it felt really draggy, and everything got solved the last second. And I did not like the second couple. I usually like that trope, older man, younger woman, but it did not work for me. Raeng Pradhanaha. I rate this 7 out of 10. I think the second leads, especially the second male lead, needed to go to jail. I hated the whole forgiveness angle of the ending. Like, everybody is forgiven. And I was hoping for at least one of them to die. I understood the second female lead on why she turned evil. I don't condone her actions, but that doesn't mean I don't empathize with them. I wished for Kate and Chinakorn's reunion from the Kunchai Sarakorn series, and I wish when the second female lead was still good that she would end up with him, but my dreams were crushed as soon as she turned evil. And Kim and Nadek had a really good chemistry, truly. I never really thought that they would for some reason, because I know that Nadek and Yaya are the real life couple and they're best friends with Kim and Mark. I could never picture them together, as this is my first Lakorn with them in it, but it worked. They had a really nice chemistry. Nung Nai Sang. 8.5 out of 10. I watched the last 3 episodes raw, unfortunately. I was just tired of waiting for the server for Lakorn Galaxy to work, and it frustrated me so much. So I had to bear to watch the last 3 episodes raw. Anyways, I really, really, really loved the chemistry. I loved the banter between the 2 leads, and they're so pretty together. They were one glamorous, pretty couple. And I love the costumes and scenery. It wasn't overdone. My Princess. I rate this 8 out of 10. I watched this because of Song Seung-on. He just came back with a new rom-com, My Troublesome Star. And when you look at his filmography, he doesn't have that much rom-coms. It's mostly melodramas. So this is actually pretty rare. This was really cute. It wasn't overly serious because the premise is very fictional, but the conflict between the 2 leads felt real. It was the typical Romeo and Juliet plotline, but they really made it work. The visuals, come on. It was Song Seung-on and Kim Tae-hee at the peak of their career and at the peak of their visual. And they weren't just eye candies. They had real chemistry, and I really loved them together. I love that they had a push and pull game, even though the male lead and the female lead had crushes that were the second leads in the beginning. They weren't confused that they fell in love with each other. There wasn't that much confusion there, which I thought was really it felt really modern from the time that it was written. And it's nice to rewatch it like every 3 years. And I think I do. I think this is my third or fourth rewatch. Beyond the Bar, I rate it 9 out of 10. I love the feel of the drama, the whole vibe, how the whole drama was shot, the color palette and aesthetic was cold, it was blue, like this poster. And I guess it was to make the drama visually crisp and sharp. But the people and the stories were very warm. I really love the theme, which was love. It discussed love and how people use law to protect it. The show does have its firm moral ground or standing. And if you don't like how the drama puts its morals in the forefront, well, it's not for you. And I like the acting. As for the female lead, she really conveyed the rookie lawyer character well in the manner of how she holds herself and how she speaks. You can say that this drama is unrealistic because the female lead gets to play a big role in major cases, but they set it up by having her acquaintances introduce the cases to her, especially those ones that she plays a major part in it. I really liked the male lead. I thought he was the typical older, like cold CEO type, which he does comes off as cold at first, but then you find him being really passionate about the law and you see him really care about the people around him and that there's a soft side to him. I really loved their chemistry. The moments that they had together are so precious. As you can see, their chemistry shook me so much that they're a wallpaper in my phone. The last couple that took over my phone wallpaper was Song Joor and Louis Ning, and now it's them. Kid you not, I couldn't get over this couple that I have rewatched countless edits of them on YouTube. And this show was really good at misdirecting and making the audience make the wrong assumptions about a character and a situation. For the most of it, it was fine. Actually, I had a little fun with it to see what kind of twist they're going to bring to the story. And I looked forward to what the actual truth of the situation was. But I hated it when they did it to the ex-wife. I did not like it. I respect the decisions she made in life, but that doesn't mean I didn't hate her for it. And before the truth got revealed at the very end about the baby, it made me misunderstand her as a very selfish person, which she was, but she had her own reasons, but they held it out till the end. And, I felt so much for the male lead that I hated the ex-wife so much, which now I feel bad for it. My treasure. I rate this 9.5 out of 10. This is my third watch. I watched it because the couple in this drama had a really similar relationship dynamic to the couple in Beyond the Bar. I really liked how the female lead came into her own self, learning from the people around her in this drama. The mother, as all mothers can be in Asian drama land, can be annoying, but I did not dwell on it. I skipped the scenes where I know she could be annoying. I appreciated how they portrayed a powerful woman being put in a vulnerable position and that it can happen to a person of power too, which still felt really refreshing even though I'm rewatching this drama like every year or two. And I really love how the relationship of the leads progress and they just were there for each other completely all the time. And they developed that relationship not by romantic scenes, but with conversation and bringing the audience along and how they built that deep connection. My troublesome star, I rate this 6.5 out of 10. I wish we had gotten to the female lead stepping into the entertainment world much faster. I think we got that in the second half of the drama because the first parts were really draggy. And then it finally got better as she finally confronted the people who did wrong to her in the past. I really liked Chi Jin Hee's cameo slash special appearance. I think he is such a good actor. He is still an eye candy for his age. And he really does the middle age romance really well. For example, I love Misty and I Have a Lover is such a guilty pleasure of mine to watch on YouTube. Their shortened highlighted version of the drama. And I completed this for Song Seung-on, who is such an eye candy. See him? See him right there? And because of this, I was reminded to watch My Princess, as I mentioned previously. And I love that they parodied Notting Hill with their ending. It was so sweet. And I wish they had a higher budget for the drama because I could feel that this was a little bit of a low budget one. Queen Mantis. I rate this 7 out of 10. I really like the drama. It wasn't the best of the genre I've watched, but I stuck with it because I liked the cast. The style and the acting can get a little bit over the top and it can be not to everybody's cup of tea. I still feel that this could have been written more tightly and suspenseful. Their marriage. I rate this 8 out of 10. I liked how quirky the drama was, and the actors were great, really fantastic. And I love veteran actors doing their thing. And the mystery was fairly easy to guess. I think they unfolded it really well. Glass Heart. I rate this 7 out of 10. I get what they were trying to do with the drama, the vibe that they were going for. And it was a beautiful drama. It was shot very nicely in an artistic way. I liked the actors involved. Overall, the story was okay, but some parts felt overly dramatic, especially the storyline that involved Suda Masaki's character, which was the lead's half-brother. But ultimately, I couldn't follow the emotions of the character in relation to how they felt about music. And maybe it's because I'm not musically inclined. I never liked the piano lessons that I was forced to go to when I was little. Maybe that's why I could not relate to the drama. But it was a fun watch. It was quick and was fun. Sao Noi. I rate this 5 out of 10. This was okay. I felt they were trying to make this an epic, but it did not work out that way. I wish the female lead had stuck with her character growth, but when she was deceived by the second female lead about who the father of her child is, I was very disappointed by the reaction that she chose. She wanted to die when the male lead couldn't recognize her or remember her, and when the male lead declared his love for the second female lead when he lost his memory. And then she chose to be a human vegetable because of the second female lead's pregnancy and her lies. Like, girl, you have a career, you have money, you are famous, and you have friends. Why are you so stuck up on this dude who is an aspiring artist? You are a catch now, and he is just a bum, okay? And I hate how there was not enough consequence for the second male lead. But the female lead got what she deserved. She becomes a mistress for older, rich men because she was disowned by her family. Anyway, Same Day with Someone. I rate this 9 out of 10. It's a Thai movie. The poster was really nice and it caught my attention. And it was led by Tui and Great. And Tui was exceptional with her usual bubbly personality. She portrays a different type of bubbly compared to the To the Moon and Back, her Thai drama where I first saw her in. And Great was so fine. He was so great. I like him tan and his rugged boy next door type persona. I like him with his hair down like this. I wish he got more romantic lead roles like this one. And the movie knew what it was. It did not take itself that seriously. But I wish the reason behind the constant loop was within the two leads. They had to solve themselves, but it wasn't bad. And the two of them had good chemistry. I rewatched this movie 2 times, like back to back, because I couldn't get over how good their chemistry was. Moving on to the dramas that I am currently watching. My Sassy Wedding. I'm currently rating this at 7 out of 10. It's James and Bella, their reunion project. So their chemistry is guaranteed. It's tried and tested. I wish the female lead had a different hairstyle. I don't know why they style period drama female leads like this. Like, this is not attractive. I don't look great. This would be better, like with the middle part, but oh God, I wish the hairstyling was better. There are jokes that I wish weren't made, especially the overly sexual ones. It feels very forced. The CG, it sucks. Come on, it's 2025. And this should be a high budget production. These two are one of the biggest stars of Thailand. And this is kind of like a reunion project. So a lot of people are supposed to be looking forward to this. And this is also a Netflix production. So where's the freaking money? I don't know. And why is my man due in a weird getup? He's in a weird role again. He's not even fully clothed in this role. Confidence Queen. I currently rate this 8 out of 10. I was kind of hesitant about getting into this drama because of Park Min Young. For some reason, I feel like she has been the same in the last few dramas that I've seen her in. I don't know, maybe I think I'm overexposed to her, or maybe the styling, the makeup is so similar in most of her dramas, or the filter, like the skin smoothing that they use, and the color palette is similar. I don't know, but she kind of feels the same throughout her most recent dramas. And unfortunately, even though she leads this drama, I think she's the weakest link out of the 3 main leads. James is definitely the highlight of this drama for sure. He brings out the most laughs out of me. And I think he's really enjoying his portrayal of this character. Like, he fully lets himself go. And I don't think I've seen him in this much of a comedic role, because he's usually in like a noir genre. The villains in the episodes are definitely the scene stealers. I've watched the Japanese version and I remember liking it, but I haven't seen it in a while. The plots and the solution and the tactics are way over the top and are too much of a stretch when you think logically, but it's fun. It's what the drama is for, the over exaggerated, over the top comedic execution. Tempest, 7 out of 10. For some reason, I can't get into the drama that much. I can see the big budget. I can see the show-stopping cast. I see the effort into making this drama immersive, but it just doesn't work for me. The political aspect was very over the top. And it's basing it on the real life tension and current relationship between the real countries that are mentioned, but they're also still kind of tiptoeing. But it is fictional. It is talking about a situation that did not happen. So I can't take it seriously, or I can't be really that immersed into the conflict of the drama. This would have benefited with longer episodes. I'm currently at episode 7, and I can't imagine how they're going to wrap this up in 2 episodes. I liked how they had Hollywood actors who were recognizable if you watch American series or movies. I recognize the actors that play major roles and not just some no name English speaking actors. And maybe it's because of their experience that they brought weight to the story. I was looking forward to the romance. I was expecting longing and yearning and something mature and something subtle. You know, like the tension I felt between Ha Do-young and what's Song Hye-kyo's character, Moon something. I was expecting something like that in their chemistry, right? But they emphasized it too much. I'm looking at the screen and I'm wondering what they're doing when there is an impending war going on. And honestly, the chemistry is very underwhelming. These are the two most beautiful looking people in Korea. I don't know if they actually don't have any chemistry or that the story did not develop the romance that well. I don't know. I am liking the pairing between the dead husband and the female lead much more. Like, bring him back. Put a twist that he's not dead, please. Because I'm really looking forward to their scenes together. Shin's project, I'm currently rating this 8.5 out of 10. If there is one person that embodies the word charisma, I think it's this drama's lead, Han Seok-kyu. He has worked in the industry for a long time, but his presence on screen still feels very refreshing. And if you think about it, his character here in his current drama and his character in romantic Dr. Kim, I don't know what the correct exact English title is, but his characters in both those dramas do have some similarities, but he portrays it completely differently. I like the younger cast too. I enjoyed both in their respective different projects, and I feel like they will be the next best thing, the next leading man, leading lady in the coming years. Their chemistry is amazing, and I like how the romance blooms in each episode. First, it started out as the young judge's crush on the female delivery girl, but then she also returns the affection, which is really sweet. And I'm so looking forward to this drama. 800 Memories. I'm rating this 7.5 out of 10. Honestly, I did not see the two female leads' recent dramas, even though they have been really popular. I don't know if Kim Dami is saying her lines like how she's saying it in the drama on purpose, but her voice seems really exaggerated. So I went to like a sit down interview she had, and I think she is doing this on purpose. I don't know if I like it. Maybe it gets better in the time jump. Let's see. And I think the weakest link is the male lead, Ho Nam-jun. And it's mainly because he doesn't look like the high schooler, which he is in the first half of the drama. In the preview for the upcoming episode, we see the time jump where they're adults. I think it's because he's a high schooler and he really doesn't look like one. And I think they hired him because of the time jump. It's sad because he does have chemistry with the two leads. It's just the unfortunate thing that the other actors do feel and look like high schoolers, and he does not. So hopefully in the time jump, there won't be that dissonance, right? And he will actually fit the character he's playing. And it feels weird that I still feel conflicted about this drama and we're halfway through. I don't know which direction this drama is trying to go to, but I'm glad to see Kim Jong Un in this ensemble, in this drama. I think he is working his way back into the mainstream lead position, and I hope he does because I like him as a leading actor. I like his presence in this drama, and I've always liked his presence in all the dramas I've watched in him. To the Moon. I currently rate this 8 out of 10. I'm having fun with this drama, really, and it's a hidden gem. I actually thought Lee Sun-bin and Kim Young-dae's pairing wouldn't work. I just couldn't imagine them being on screen until this drama, actually. But their chemistry surprised me. I think Kim Young-dae really improved in this drama. And if he improves his stage presence and he worked on his voice projection on top of his acting skills, I think he could be bigger. I think he could go to the level that he wants to be and everybody thinks he could reach. Last but not the least, I am currently watching the new season of Crime Scene Zero. It's one of my favorite variety shows. It's a murder mystery game where the cast role plays the characters they're given. It involves a murder, and one of them plays the detective, and the rest of the cast play the suspects, and they guess who the real murderer is. And it's so fun. I rewatch the compilations on YouTube all the time. And I love that they brought most of the old cast back. We're missing Hong Jin-ho. I wish he was here because it would have been really fun to see him with the rest of the cast. And I love that they featured guests because Crime Scene Returns, which was the season before this one, they only stuck with the core cast that they hired for that season. But for this season, they brought back the guests, which added more to the chaotic chemistry of the core cast. I wish it had more episodes. 10 episodes with 5 cases really aren't enough. You know, this show might not be your cup of tea if you're not into suspense, and it's a variety show, so it involves a lot of comedy too. You know, once you get hooked, you just look forward to watching every second of this show. I am so sad it's gonna end this week or next week. I'm not ready to let go, so I think I'm gonna go back and watch the previous seasons. And I think that's it for the month of September. A couple of new dramas that are really exciting are coming out. Zalus's Love Ambition came out, but I don't know if I want to watch it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Bye, everybody.